bridges are still crazy. This is still insane. Look at that. Oh, there's a thing. There we go. Another one. Divine Orb, I told you. Hi everybody, Desmo here. In today's video, I would like to share with you the strategy that I used in the last few days to make money while mapping. In the first part, I'm going to start by speaking about the Atlas setup. Then we are going to speak about the tablets, and on the last part I'm going to speak about the maps themselves. To set up your Atlas properly, you need a good amount of towers, like you can see here. I have 7 towers on the same spot, and this is like a very ideal situation. Before actually applying a tablet to your towers, what you should do is to clear every map in the radius of your tower that are going to be useless. As an example here, you have this tower, and in this radius you can see that there's a few maps that have no bonuses. And when you are applying tablet to your towers, if you take this tablet for instance, which is going to impact 8 maps in the tower's radius, you don't want the 8 maps to be these 3 here because they have no bonuses. You want to increase the chance to have the good maps with already some bonuses to be impacted. So what you do before applying the tablet to the tower is you are going to run this kind of map quickly. Then about the tablet themselves. You want a good combination of different tablets, but the most important one is the bridge, because after patch 0.1.1, bridge mechanic is still the best to make currency. Also, you want to use a few irradiated tablets to increase the level of the area on your maps. Like the best map that you can run is the one which are level 82, and to get map level 82 you need a waystone, which is going to be tier 16. But if you run tier 15, it's actually alright. So you're gonna end up with area level 81. But to get that, you need irradiated and corrupted. And the irradiated maps, you get it from the tablets. So if you mix irradiated tablet and bridge tablets, you're gonna end up having really good maps. But sometimes you can also add different types of tablets if you have already lots of mechanic in the current maps in the layout. As you can see here, I already have lots of bridge mechanic on my maps, so I will not use bridge tablet on this tower for instance. About the modifiers that you want on your tablets, you want rare monsters or quant. Quant is king, but know that if you have a tablet like this one for instance, with an implicit that is going to impact 10 maps in range, if you have 20% quantity, this tablet is actually worth 2 divines, at least. So you might consider selling this kind of tablet instead of running them if you feel like you are not gonna make that much money out of your maps. I did sell a few, sometime I run them, this is up to you. Now let's speak about the waystones. Just like the tablets, the modifiers that you want the most is rare monsters and quantity. As you can see, I have a few over here that are already good. Let me show you. So you can see here that I have a few maps with rare monsters, and here I have the maps with quantity. And the one that I have on top are the 2 best with quantity and rare monsters. Now I'm gonna show you how I do roll my maps and what you do before running them. So basically, you're gonna take a bit of every currency that you need. It's gonna be augmentation, regal, exalt, valorbs, and alchemy. And then you start by applying alchemies to the map that are normal. So all these maps here. Then you're gonna augment the map that are magic. This is going to be probably the bad ones, but you are still trying to get something out of them. And then you regal all the magic maps once they have 2 modifiers. Just like that. Every map is going to be potentially good, so we don't ignore any of them. Then what you do, you look for quantity first, because this is the best modifier that we can have. So we have a few here. Only for this time, this is not very lucky, but this is what it is. Then you're gonna exalt these maps as much as you can. You're gonna add as much modifiers as you can, because this is the good maps. There we go. I'm gonna put these ones on the side. We're gonna keep them for later. Then you are going to look for rare monsters. But what you do, you put the quote outside, otherwise it's not gonna, it could match something else. So you put something like that, rare mons, just like so. And you can see that we have a few here. So we are going to do, again, the same thing. Like that. Taking all the good maps. This modifier is more common than the quantity, so this is why we are getting more. At least this is the experience that I had so far. So again, with these maps, we are going to exalt them as much as we can. And then we are left over with the bad maps on the side here. And for these maps, we are just gonna vault them all. It doesn't matter because they are not so good anyway. So what we are trying to get here is tier 16 maps. There's also a chance with Develop that the map is going to be rerolled completely. And then we are going to get, as you can see, we got a few extra rare monsters map. And then we can check for quant once more. And we got one additional quant map. They are not going to be probably as good as the other because you don't have the opportunity to exalt them. Sometimes they are going to have only 3 modifiers. But this is what it is. And then you can also check if you got a few tier 16. So we got a few over there. And that's it. And then you want to remove the bad maps, which are going to be the tier 14. This is basically map that you can pretty much trash. I usually put them on a different tab, and I use them for the towers because you don't care too much about the towers. So there you have the first part done. This is the first thing that you need to do for your maps. Usually you want to run to do that when you have lots of maps, so you don't have to repeat that process too often. Then with the maps that are not corrupted, what you do before you run them, I'm just gonna pick a few as an example like that. You want to add delirium to these maps. So what you do, you take the distilled guild, which is the pink one. You put a few in your inventory. You right click the distilled, and then you put 3 in here. You install the map. And you repeat the process, just like that. It's gonna make your map actually quite a lot better because you're gonna have more density in your map because you're gonna have monsters from Delirium, but also you're gonna drop Delirium splinters, which you can sell eventually or you can use to run your Delirium maps. And this is some additional currency that you're gonna get from your maps. And then once you have that, you are pretty much good to go. And what you want to do, you will run the map with the Delirium instilled in the waystone on the maps where there is no Delirium. And if you have maps with already some Delirium on it, obviously, let me find a good example somewhere, like this one, for instance. This is a quite good map. On this one, you are going to use the corrupted map that are quite good. And this is pretty much it for the setup that you need for your maps. And believe me, with that strategy, you're gonna make a lot of money. So this is it for the video. If you have any question regarding the setup or the process to run your map, you can leave a comment. I'm trying to always answer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until my next video, take care of yourself and bye.